My art name is TG. I'm from Ethiopia, and I've been living in Italy for more than 20 years. Here, I've studied, worked, and learned so much about life, culture, and progress. I've seen how dialogue, respect, and cooperation can help a nation grow, and how unity creates real strength. But every time I look back home, I feel a deep sadness. Because while other nations move forward, we in Africa, especially in Ethiopia and Eritrea, are still too often trapped in the same old patterns, divided by politics, by ethnicity, by conflict. We keep losing our potential, our young people, our dreams, to poverty, to war, and to migration. It's painful to say, but we need to wake up. We are rich in culture, rich in land, and rich in history, yet we remain poor in peace. That's why I wanted to make this video, to share my reflection, to start a calm and honest conversation about the road ahead for both our peoples. We share so much more than just a border. We share the same delicious food, like injera, shared from one plate, bringing people together around laughter and love. We share the same coffee ceremonies, where stories, warmth, and wisdom flow with every cup. We share the same faith, the same ancient churches that echo our prayers, and the same holidays that fill our streets with joy and music. We celebrate the same Easter and New Year. We write in the same script. We honor the same traditions that have guided our ancestors for centuries. Our songs, our languages, our dances, they may sound a little different, but their rhythm is the same. We are not strangers. We are one people, bound by the same culture, the same faith, and the same dreams for peace and harmony. We are family, bound by deep cultural and historical ties that go far beyond politics. But it pains me deeply to see how far we've drifted apart. We cannot continue living in poverty, in conflict, and in endless division. So many of our brothers and sisters have left their homes, becoming refugees scattered across the world. It's heartbreaking, and because we come from a land rich in beauty, in nature, and in opportunity, and we cannot keep living like this, watching generation after generation suffer in silence. Our parents, our mothers and fathers, have already carried too much pain. How many mothers have lost their children to war? How many fathers have buried their dreams in sorrow? Every tear they shed is a reminder that conflict only brings loss, never victory. Just imagine for a moment how it must feel for a mother to send her son to war, not knowing if he will ever return. That is not a life. That is endless heartbreak. We cannot allow this pain to continue. We owe it to them, to the mothers who have cried enough, to the families who deserve peace, and to the next generation who deserve hope, not fear. And we must ask ourselves, how many more years must we keep fighting? How many generations must suffer the same wounds our grandparents and great-grandparents already lived through? For decades, our region has seen one war after another, different governments, different leaders, but always the same pain. Brothers turning against brothers, youth sent to die, families torn apart, nations weakened by endless division. It has been too long. This cycle has lasted far beyond reason. And if we do not stop it now, what future will be left for our children? History has already shown us no war between brothers has ever brought victory. Only heartbreak that echoes through generations.
أنا بعدين أتصنت هاليني أنت خوينا مرب سيجرا دك أي زبدي خل عني زبق من طلنا زبق نقالس أي مو علنا نيرنا.
If we only stopped for a moment to reflect, we would realize that we already have everything we need. Fertile land, mountains filled with history, a coastline that connects us to the world, and a culture full of creativity and kindness. If we joined hands, Ethiopia and Eritrea side by side, we could build, grow, and thrive together. I can assure you, war has never solved anything in the history of the world. Every war ends the same way, with loss, with pain, and with regret. But peace, even when it starts small, has the power to grow, to heal, and to change everything. That is why I decided to make this video. Not to argue, not to take sides, but to open a conversation, to invite you, my brothers and sisters, to think and reflect with me. What if we could change the story? What if we focused not on who owns what, but on how we can build something together? Because we are not enemies, we are one family, and family always finds its way back to love. This is not about politics, it's about people, about us. Because when people come together, when hearts unite for peace, politics can no longer divide us. Real change always begins with ordinary people. Mothers, fathers, friends, neighbors who choose dialogue over silence and hope over fear. So to my Ethiopian and Eritrean brothers and sisters, I would truly love to hear from you. What do you think? How do you see the path to peace? Because when the people stand together, no one can stop peace from becoming real. Around the world, there are more than 40 countries without a direct coastline. And almost all of them trade, grow, and live in peace with the help of their neighbors. The United Nations recognizes this right in the Law of the Sea and in the 1965 New York Convention. These laws protect the right of every landlocked country to access the sea for trade and development. This shows something powerful. Cooperation is not an idea. It is already working in many parts of the world. Let's look at a few examples. Countries that faced similar challenges, yet they found peaceful, practical, and smart solutions. These stories come from South America, Asia, and even Africa. And they teach us one important lesson: when you build together, everyone grows. In Southeast Asia, Laos and Vietnam deepened cooperation. They built a new railway connecting Vientiane to Vietnam's Vung Ang port. This 554.7-kilometer project costs between $5 billion and $6.3 billion. Developed as a public-private partnership, it transforms landlocked Laos into a regional logistics hub. The railway links Vientiane to Vung Ang seaport via Tho Kik and the Mu Gia Pass. Initial construction focuses on the section between the Vietnamese border and Tho Kik. Vung Ang seaport is crucial, giving Laos direct access to the South China Sea and markets like South Korea, Japan, and China. Laos holds a 60% share in the port, with Vietnam granting a 50-year concession, showing deep partnership. The port accommodates cargo ships up to 50,000 deadweight tonnage and container ships up to 2,000 TEU. This railway will significantly boost trade and economic growth for both Laos and Vietnam. In Q1 2025, trade reached $980.1 million, a 105.5% increase from 2024. Vietnam exports petroleum, fruits, and motorcycles to Laos, while Laos exports rubber, electricity, and sawn wood to Vietnam. The railway will connect with other regional networks, including the Laos-China Railway to Kunming. This aims to create a seamless rail network from Kunming to Singapore, enhancing trade across Southeast Asia. The railway is key to Laos' strategy to become a regional logistics hub, leveraging its central location. The Thanalang Dry Port and Gantian Logistics Park will reduce transport costs and offer new routes for ASEAN exporters. The project is a joint venture between Vietnam's DOCA Group JSC and Laos Petroleum Trading Lao Public Company. These entities conduct feasibility studies and secure approvals, ensuring a robust foundation. The Vientiane Vang Ong Railway costs around $5 billion, with the initial 103-kilometer section at $1.12 billion. The International Finance Corporation provides partial financing for related projects like the Thanalang Dry Port. Construction begins in late 2025 or early 2026, with the first section operational by 2028. Despite challenges like competition, the project strengthens economic ties. Laos is upgrading its transport infrastructure to meet ASEAN standards, improving highways, bridges, and logistics. The World Bank supports road connectivity in central and southern Laos, complementing the railway. This project is shared. Both countries invest, gain, and move forward. It's not just about trade, it's about trust. When neighbors trust each other, they grow stronger, building a more connected and prosperous future for Southeast Asia.